let's take a look at the next one. Okay. So, okay. Sorry. Please.
When the
first one's the most important. So this
uchidachi,
question is a little fun.
comes at you the first time. You're here. Actually, that's a question too. It's probably the same. So we come back to here. And maybe I'm too slow here. If you could go ahead. I'm not getting up here. I'm getting down here.
Yeah.
Because I'm too.
It's
I'm
timing.
Not fast enough?
It's timing.
Okay.
Part of what's going on is you both have an up and down. Okay.
Right.
From here, Hasso, you have that up and down. Each knee, big strikes. From down here, yay! It's almost as if that's one step because he's coming to me.
Right.
He's covering two steps. I'm covering one step. So really, from here, I'm not going like this to do something. I'm doing yay. So that if you play with that, that will fix your timing.
All right.
I think. Hey, let's try this. Let me pull it. Let me come and play this. Okay. Yay! Here. The same thing here. If you think about your timing, go back to this position. 1, 2. So I feel like I have a two-step motion, and you're going. You're just from this place. It's just a little bit quicker. It's a little bit more efficient. Yeah. Relax your elbow down a little bit so that you have this structure of the wrist. Yeah. And push that sword a little bit into my eyes. Yeah. I would be here. And then. Yeah. And it feels to me right now that you are putting the sword under power to let it drop.
Oh, yeah.
You're from here you're going and I think that's holding you up a little bit. From here,
Just go down.
just let your arms swing. Your body is going to move and your arms will swing almost naturally. You walk past your arms almost and then let your arms catch up. This is the same thing that happens with the Jo, where your arms are quicker than your feet. So if you start them at the same time, your hands are going to get there. If you are stiff with your arms, then it'll slow it down, and you don't match the body. Okay. So counterintuitive to some of our Aikido practice where everything matches, this is a different timing. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at the second technique, which is called Issum Gyaku. It's the reverse version of Issum. Okay. So in the Gyaku version, what's happening is I just go to the other side. I do we didn't show this kami, but we showed this kami. We didn't show this kami. This is left hasso. So that's good. There you go. Pointy end goes to the other guy. So this is a little strange. So let's, why don't we line up here and we'll go together through the uchidachi side. So, and let me step up, just step over here so you can see. So, from this position, up, matching like a mirror, I come here. This time uchidachi steps back with a skiash step. And he goes to his left side. So I go to my left side. And then uchidachi is now going to come forward from the left and do a cut. And what I'm going to do is drop and step in this direction. So it's the exact same technique except the other side. And you're holding your hands back here. Extend there, out into him. Then drop and strike here. And then now, ooh, this time I got my right foot forward. I don't have to do the foot switch. All I do is lower the eyes as he surrenders. And then I drop down. This is all the same. Here. And then each knee, san. Okay? So again, together. Issum Gyaku. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Shichi. Hachi. Q. Okay? Alright, so the uchidachi side, is this the uchidachi, the attacking side, pretty much the same. Oli, why don't we'll do together and I'll let you see the attacking side. So, not quite so low. Get your wrists under you. Yeah. Za, ich, ni, san, shi. Yes. Yeah, just slide back. Then, yay. Remember to keep this in my eyes. Yeah, there you go. Extending forward in my eyes. So you've caught underneath this wrist. I step back and you come and catch this wrist. I step out here, drop the weapon down. You come down center line, close, and back. So really it's the same idea. Except I'm trying to be tricky. And you say, okay, a mirror is going to reflect whatever you do. I don't care. Zat. Yay. And then, yeah, come. Here. All right. So one thing you notice, we're having a little trouble with our distance. These are big steps. So when you cut, hey, you're almost throwing your body behind the sword. The sword goes out in this big arc and the body follows it. So, I mean, even stepping back, you know, that's nice. It's real smooth. And then, yay, on this guy, we're going to have a little more tsukiyashi rather than yumiyashi in some of these. So, up, in, check our distance. If we both take a big step forward here, look what's going to happen. We were too close, right? So let's come back out here. And you may have to back up. You may have to come back to this place. Both take a nice big step back and see, maybe this is better distance, okay? So now we come forward here. Tsukiyashi back. And I'm getting my feet a little mixed up, but that's okay. And then, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to say, don't quote me on this, but if I am thinking about it properly, when I'm in this position and I cut, if I'm here, my right foot forward, this is what gets this wrist cut from underneath. I'm going to step back here, and then if you see what's happened is my body alignment changes. That's why you get the other wrist. When you're coming forward, you don't have the you hit the same wrist twice. On this one, you'll hit this wrist, and then you'll hit this wrist. But once again, the purpose of this is the idea of cutting center line, and you don't really worry. The wrist will be in the right place if the attacker is doing a proper attack. Okay, so let's pair up again. And Dale, why don't you work with John this time? And let's play Issum Gyaku. So we're here. Adjusting distances, all it's a forward step. Here. Skiash back. Hey. Underneath.
It's a long slide, like, is that right?
Yeah.
So long. So this is a.
Yeah, it's not as long as the first one.
Okay.
The first one is big back. This one, because I'm doing skiash, is smaller back step. Okay. Here. Okay. Come again. Yeah. And let the tip, when you do that, it's going to look like it's digging a hole here. It comes all the way down. If you think about coming through each posture, it's like if you go slowly, checkpoint, and you're here. If you're going hasso, this is a checkpoint, this is a checkpoint. When you come from this place, then you're going to have to get to wakigamai in the middle of it. If you had a high-speed camera taking snap, 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 at one point you're going to be here. Okay. Same thing when you're in this one. If I had the high-speed camera, it would show me in a proper kamae here. So I'm, yay! Yeah. Okay, so let's go one more. Okay. Stand up straight. Push into me. Ah. In my eyes. Cut. Yeah, look at that. Shove this sword right. Check our distance, but you're putting the sword into my eyes.
Right.
And there should be a little bit of a cut here.
Okay.
Not but za. Vertical. Now drop the sword down and all the way around. And when you cut, you have the drop rise. The drop makes contact, the rise pushes the sword through. Ah, yes, a little bit of that. Now I'm going to step out here. Dot, zot. Okay? Thank you. Do you want to do the other side? Let's see how these guys are doing. All right, let's change. Uchidachi. So here, step to the left. Watch me.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you think, as you're passing, if we do uchidachi, it's not a circling. You're walking in a straight line, but you don't just walk off and pay no attention.
Right.
Remember, there should be, from the moment you step in the dojo, maybe even outside the dojo, you have a zanshin. You're always watching. Okay? So here. Uchidachi. Yeah, there you go. Just, I can feel it. And then when I step around, that recovers the side step. So now we're back on the line of attack. All right? Hey, Issum Gyaku. Yoi. You start. You're attacking. Now, slide straight back.
Just step forward now, or just.
And what I'm doing to cover the distance from here is just natural type of attack.
Right.
There you go.
I think that's really the right answer.
Yay! Yay! Not quite so far back. Yeah. Jodan is here.
Right.
It's up, but it's not behind you. Now you're going to have to take a half step back, right on the eyes. When you stop moving now, tracing down. Can you feel, I'm thinking right here, I can stab the throat, the heart, maybe the liver, the center of the body, the sugets, this place.
Right.
Even the wrists here. And when I come off of your wrists, maybe genitals, but at this point, I'm starting to lose my attack.
Right.
I come to the side here, And I'm going to step forward, and you should feel a push just from my intensity from the attack here to bring you here. Now you're going to. Now we're okay.
Do I step back with my left or right foot?
What'd you just use?
I just stepped in with my left foot.
Use the other foot then. And when we walk, Migi, Hidari, Migi.
Right.
If you go, if you're here, you go this. Your next step is probably going to be that one.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So very much natural motion. This, when you first started, it feels like, oh, everything is in a little box and it's prescribed, and I have to do X, Y, Z, and I got the wrong foot. Natural steps. You know, this is. It's not a crazy. New way of walking. I've still got 2 feet. When I put this foot here, I'm probably not going to move the same foot twice. I'm probably going to go each knee son. So sometimes if you think about that, it'll answer a question. Okay? Moi Kai. Issum Gyaku. Roy. Yeet! Yeet! And step just off the end of the sword. Don't do anything to upset the guy with the sharp thing. Yeah. This is maybe a little too close. I'm going to help you here. A little close, you feel?
Right.
So you get very sensitive to this type of thing when you do the kata.
Right.
Yeah. The same thing with the jo. You know, there are some things where if someone is, they're supposed to be surrendering, but they have the sword here, you should feel, not right, this is bad, and wait. Don't just ignore that. You need to reinforce the subconscious response that this is still a danger. He is treacherous. The fight's not over. So the purpose for having this ritual form is to create these patterns of safety, how to transition from danger to safety that become automatic. And if you throw that away and ignore it, sometimes you just do your put away and I've got my sword here. Then you've just undermined your training. Okay? Yeah, forward and in. There you go. Which one are you doing? You're doing the Gyaku?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So go ahead and step forward into your cutting motion. Step. See, I'm cutting with the other foot.
Okay.
I'm cutting with this.
So even though I'm coming from the left
here,
side, I'm still...
I'm covering distance this way. Like I said, we may have to change this. You know, if I find out that I've had a brain fart and that's not the right footwork, we'll change it. But for today, we're going to do this footwork and be on this foot when we attack. Normally, this is the attacking foot is right hand, right foot forward, left hand, left foot backwards. So from here, you could try to skiash. I find that it's hard to cover the distance that way. So today, we're doing this.
Oh, so I'm...
Yeah. And just see what that does to your distance today. And if I find out, oh yeah, that was stupid, then we'll fix it next time. And
That wrist?
yeah, it's going to be underneath that. Here, step back, please, John. Yeah, there you go. And right now, you're holding your sword way out here like a flagpole. Yeah, like a lightsaber. I want a lightsaber. And yeah, there you go. And don't let that off of him until he drops back down. Now you can do the surrender. Yes. Okay. So we just had situations here of Ayumiash, Skiash, and to me it feels like the second technique, the distance is a little shorter. Okay, you have a real long distance in the first one, you have a little shorter distance on the second one. The third technique is called Ju, and Ju is the kanji. It's not 10. It means a bird of prey, like a hawk. And the feeling is that claws are coming after you and you can't get off of it. And in Ju, the shidachi plays a little bit of a trick. Shidachi is a little more aggressive and steals a little bit of space. And uchidachi realizes it and you're done. Okay, so let's line up again here and we'll do the shidachi side for the third technique, Sambame Ju. So here, one. Still, this is mirroring. Uchidachi is starting. He goes to Hasokamai. I go to Hasokamai. When he comes to match weapons, I want to show you what I'm doing. Take a little bit extra space. Then, well, you can't really see it just by doing this, but the motion that shidachi does from here is going to be this. And if you feel what's happening when you do it by yourself, it's just like ski on the, yeah. You don't have to do anything with your wrists. You don't have to do this thing. Your sword's here. When you step forward, many people when they do a thrust with the sword, they push out with the tip in the hands. Notice that what happened here is that your size of your cut went to this. And if I'm on top of, let's say, I'm trying to get on top of your wrist, and I do this, it passes along the surface. If I have this and I do this, you can see that's actually going to cut really deeply. So you want to maintain this angle as you thrust. And let this part of the blade do some work. Not just the 1 inch of the kisaki, but the foot depth of the whole blade.
6 inches.
Yeah, maybe 6 inches or more. Okay. So Del-san, let's come here and we'll talk and show the uchidachi side. Sa. Hey. Now come in here.
Okay, so my goal is to come in.
You steal some space. So when we're here, I'm thinking, all right, this is how we do it. We come to awase, and I come to awase, and you come here, and oh shit, I got a problem. So here, 1, here, 1.
Oh.
You stay on the center line, and let me decide which wrist gets cut. Okay? Because from here, it does a... I'm cutting, I'm turning, my body is a little bit here, a little bit here as I step. So the Ayumiash changes my body relationship. Now, I'm doing Ayumiash backwards, you're doing Skiash forwards. Okay? You could do this if you have to. You could do that. The point is that you have to cover the distance to get to me. And I should feel like you got on top of me and I just can't get away from you. You know, that this bird of prey, I'm the mouse. And every time I move, it's just getting worse. Okay, so again, together. So in this place, and it is a Ayumiash step because
Oh, I'm supposed to.
Yeah. So if I'm here, let me think about this. If I'm here and you cut here, cut here. So I'm doing Ayumiyashi, you're also doing like a mirror Ayumiyashi.
I gotta fix my
And
feet
it's
in
going to put you on the opposite foot, so you have to change. Yeah. So, simple, right? Except for the distance and the footwork and the timing, and let's practice, okay?
Except for all those little bits.
All the little things that make it work. All right? So, Samame Ju. Here.
That would change my feet.
You should change it. Yeah, maybe easier step.
Only one.
Change feet. Whoa. Change the feet here.
The first one's in.
And then down and out.
The second one ends up.
Okay. Like a mirror.
You're backing up. I'm going to coach it. I'm going to go.
Eyes. It's a little bit high. You were here. On my third eye, you should be in between my two eyes. And then down and to the side. I change. Good, good. Hey, Shichikotai. Hey. Half step, and then we pass each other. Back into line. You begin, I come here. Okay. I've done a couple of things there. See, first thing I did was that if we're here, we kind of share the center line.
Right.
Now I've got center line. And you're going to take a step back. Hot. Hot.
Probably the point. I can go faster forward than you can backwards.
I'm closer than I should be. And you're closer than you should be.
Okay, good. What kind?
But it really is the human element of it is not being afraid of it.
Hot. Hot.
And we're all sitting
This is a big chase, isn't it?
I've noticed on this one, we're all sort of scooting toward the dojo.
The sword really does chase you back.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
in this.
We're both going towards children here.
Yeah. Come on. Okay, one more.
And when I'm here, am I?
No. Yeah.
I've always got one ready.
This is kamai. Here.
Okay.
This is kamai. Then up to the eyes.
Shoot on.
Up to here.
Also.
Big. Yes. And think about this, Dale. If you're back here, you're sharing the center line.
Right?
When you come here, did you just steal a little bit of center line? You've sold some center line, and he's going to bail. He comes back and Jodan, ik, and then Ayumiyashi, ik. If this was 1, 2, so I'm here. Yes. And drop down. Good, good, good. Okay. Did you do the other side? Huh? Shichikata. Keep your contact, yeah. Yeah. Go to where you need to be, and then turn back onto the line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You take a half step off, half step brings you back. Okay?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Issen yoi. Sumi-san, ju. Hajime. No. Yeah. This is almost like they call it Nusumi. Stealing a step on him.
Go to your safe spot.
You've already won. Big step into him. Try Ayumiash there. Yeah. So your feet would be switched. Yes. Now as he brings that hand off, and you're having a little tendency to do this. See where the sword's coming from is here. Should be coming from your one point. Yeah. How come you're way down there now? It does. This technique travels just a little bit. Okay, again. Okay, yeah. I was going to pick about on your hasokamai.
Still towards the
Make
side?
sure that you're not over here on the side. It's keep the sword attached to your center, to your shimyoken. You should be on the right foot here.
Am I backwards?
Zat. Now, when you take the next step, just step over. Bam. Yeah, make it easy. Make it
Do I
easy.
step back with my back foot first or right foot first?
Your back foot or right foot. I'm not sure. If I'm here, I'm going to step back here, and I'm going to step back here.
No, I'm sorry. At this point. At this
Oh.
point, when I bail out,
Don't,
bail like
yes, don't change your feet.
Okay.
Because if you change your feet, you have changed the situation, and you're going to make the swordsman pretty nervous. So you want to not upset the guy with the advantage.
That's exactly what the push hand guys do. They're trying so hard not to
Okay.
the artificial balance.
Very nice. All right, let's take a look at the